and start getting some of the
Слушаю!
units organized, so that way we can just go from there and get our army groups together, and then of course select, which generals to be in charge of what.
Отлично вас слышу.
Жду приказа! Готов!
Let's see. I'm gonna move
Жду приказа!
units around.
Выходим! Выходим!
Yeah, I'm gonna move a couple of these units around and organize them. Organize my armies first. That's how I
Внимание!
usually do it. Let's see.
Здесь вражеские вертолеты не пролетали?
I'm not gonna lie, the Soviets always have a massive military, but I can't imagine the Chinese. It must be huge. Actually, let's see. Let's see. How many divisions do they have? But this is just a guesstimate. Wow, 82 to 289. And they have a ridiculous manpower pool. 17.3 million to 32.6. Wow. We're just gonna go ahead and let this play for a little bit.
Так точно!
Alright. I just have those units come down.
Отлично вас слышу.
And that's 20.
Готов выдвигаться! Жду приказа!
So I'm gonna make this my Eastern, or my European theater. So we organize this. Yeah, European theater. Let's see. Of course, we got tank divisions. I don't know how to pronounce that, but we have several different tank template divisions. We have artillery divisions. This one is long, and I can't pronounce. I don't know how to pronounce Russian properly. Of course, this seems like amphibious or marine units. And this is, I guess, helicopter or paratrooper brigades, or this one's paratrooper, excuse me. And I'm kind of curious as to what this one is about, but it seems like a helicopter unit. And this seems like paratrooper units or air assault units. And let's see, construction-wise, I guess we get some radar stations going. But we can't put them there. We could put them here in East Germany. We'll put some right there. And right there. I'll put a couple there. Just some right there for the heck of it. Let's see, R&D. What can we research? So we got the AK-47, of course, the widely known rifle in the world. Then we could go for a Dragunov, which is good for special forces, or we could go for more motorized infantry, and then later the RPG. Let's just go with the LMG for now. And let's see, any tanks? What do we have now? We have the T-55, we've got the T-10, the T-62, that makes sense, and then there's the T-84. We could go for that, but let me see artillery. I kind of want. I'm curious about the artillery though. We have ZSU. We could upgrade it. I kind of want to go for this one. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go for that. Let's see. Land Doctrine. Now I'm gonna go for this one for sure. I know superior firepower might make sense, and there's grand battle plan, but I'm going for mass assault only because I'm going old school with this one though. But you know, I know World War II Soviet style was all about deep battle and using tanks, artillery, mass amounts of it. And I'm a strength of numbers kind of guy, so I'm just gonna go for it. So let's go ahead and research that. Oh, North Korea wants to request a non-aggression pact. Sure, we'll accept for now. You know, especially since I just helped them out, or since the Soviets helped them out in the Korean War. But let's see, naval doctrine. There's base strike. There's fleet and beam. There's trade interdiction. I think we're gonna pass on this for now. But let's see. We can go for heavy combat ships, aircraft carriers. We already have a hull. We have the battle cruiser. So we're all right naval wise. We can go for super carriers. We have battle cruisers. So we have different types. So we can have to go for the battle cruiser line, which would probably make more sense. But we can also go for super carriers because we're gonna need both. Let's also research light deck. We have one more research slot. Let's see. We have spacecraft. WMD. We have 2-stage thermonuclear. Wow. Phobos system, and then there's 3-stage. Wow. So, let me see. Can we research that? It requires improved general computer systems. Alright, we can go for that later, but let's see. We need to find improved general computer systems. So let's see. Basic auxiliaries. So it's gonna take us some time to get there, but let's just go for this, so we can improve, because we're gonna try and work towards that, so we can change our arsenal and modernize. And we have a GDP of $1.1 trillion, so that's a lot going on. We got free dockyards. I'm gonna keep most of my outdated equipment because I feel like we're still gonna need that, in I guess in future conflicts to come. So definitely. So let's see. What can we build? We have the AK. Yes, we do, so we're good with that. Are we building any tanks? That's gonna be key. We got a T-70 light tank. They have a heavy tank. Bunch of a couple of artillery pieces. Let's see. We have light towed, direct fire. We're definitely gonna need some artillery pieces or equipment for sure. Let's see, what tanks do we have? We have Super Heavy Tank 3. And we have the Cub system, which is good for air attack. Maybe we should just build some of those. And hopefully have the resources to do so. And yeah, let's go ahead and build some Grodd. They also have the 2B long-range heavy artillery. But how much? What's the Grad worth? Yeah, it's probably better. I'm definitely gonna need some rocket artillery. Let's see. What ships do we have? A bunch of submarine class. We have 2 carriers, 6 cruisers. I guess battle of the line cruisers, and then battle cruiser line. We have 5. 3 battleships, although those are going to be outdated soon enough. Later, 11 destroyers, 12 submarines, and then 3 frigates. So we have somewhat of an okay navy. Although I'm curious about the United States. I'm sure they have the upper hand in terms of the navy. Let's go for convoy. That's going to be a must, especially for trading. We're going to have to trade with more people and all that stuff. We're doing okay food-wise. That's something new to me. Again, playing Hearts of Iron mods, never really had dealt with a food category aspect when it came to production. Got a good amount of nuclear material, but always could have more, right? Got plenty of metal, rare earth, we're doing okay, and then petrochemicals. And then we have electricity. So at least we're doing alright in that regard. And what's this, a UN area? I mean, man, they went full on historical on this. That's interesting. Seems like we have low supply bases in certain areas, so our units are attritioning. Anyways, let's go ahead and appoint some leaders. Got a bunch of tanks. Let's see. I guess we'll have him in charge of that front. That's the big main front for us. Oh, wow. As a matter of fact, why don't I point him for that? Well, we'll save Konya for later, I guess, or for a different front. Timoshenko. Yeah, I'm switching out commanders. Screw that. Yeah.
Так точно. Слушай.
Let's see. I'll point him over
Я готов.
that army group. Sure.
Не действуй, не победишь.
And we'll point somebody of a lower ranking. Yeah, since it's only a few. Alright, so we got most of our leaders down for the most part. Seems like we'll be good to go with that. Of course, we got our Warsaw Pact, and seems like there's 1 French, 1 American, and 1 British division in Berlin. So that's interesting. But then again, that was always the case for Berlin. There was always different foreign units stationed in West Berlin, even though they were pretty much surrounded by the Soviets on all sides. But anyways, so we've got our armies organized. We have a decent manpower pool, and we got our research slots going. So there's decisions. Let's see. You could take out loans from the IMF. Wow, they really went very in depth with this game. But I'm really impressed. You could send tanks, guns, and all that stuff and equipment. Although we're gonna focus on our end. That's gonna be the game plan because we gotta get prepared for the big conflict. That may be coming down the pipe. But let's see. Let's look at this focus tree. Well, you could put Beria on trial. You could put, let's up this up real quick. You could renounce Stalin's ways. Wow. Alright. Take a little bit of alternate history paths. This one seems to be the main path, though. Establish new diplomatic stance. Establish the KGB. Subsidize Kim. Dispose Kim. Establish, okay, push for the hydrogen bomb. Establish the strategic missile forces. Then they also have one for the military. You're gonna adopt a new rifle. So you grant India an arms deal. You can also reconcile with Tito. That's a lot of decisions you can go through. So you could deal with Africa, and then you got the Castro regime, and then deploying ballistic missile forces to Cuba. And we all know how that goes. If you're a history buff, though, or if you studied history, you all know what happens next. But so you can even create a space program. I think I saw something in the research for space, I believe. Yeah. So it's like we already have some stuff done. You have laser communication and and then this is rocketry. And you can develop ballistic missiles of its own. Alright. It says Khrushchev consolidates power following the death of Joseph Stalin. Nikita Khrushchev was able to mobilize his supporters more effectively than his rivals and secure power. Though in alliance with senior Red Army commanders and his appointment of young proteges to key appointments, Khrushchev outmaneuvered the conservative hardliners within the inner circle of Stalin. Prominent Stalinists like Lavrenti, or I should just say Beria, have been purged, while others were placed in the background before slowly being pushed into retirement. To replace these men, Khrushchev has begun promoting young, ambitious men who share his vision for Soviet society. Although these men may prove a challenge down the road, at the moment Khrushchev is successfully removing the hardliners and the powerful old guard with a younger, loyal cadre of supporters who are years away from challenging him. We must sideline with the old guard. Alright, so that's one national focus down, so let's move on to the next one. We're going to go for restore the Communist Party. I guess that's world tension. There's 18% due to China. I feel like they're still at war with the Republic of China. That's why things are kind of tense. Anyways.
Готов!
Also, I need to check on the Air Force, or the air power. Add some air wings to this area, because we have plenty of fighters, or fighters, or not really jets, which we're gonna need to modernize and get more of. But we can just work with what we got so far. Yeah, the kingdom allows to 3 states. So The Laos People Democratic Republic has capitulated. The Laotian government has gone into exile. Their main forces that capitulated to the Kingdom of Laos are now in control. Although the struggle between the Kingdom of Laos and the people of the Democratic Republic are over, the Kingdom of Laos is still in all-out war and fight is still at all-out war and fighting continues elsewhere. So tension has gone up by 1%. Anyways, no, let's see. Just want to add a few. Some of these. And let's see if I can add some bombers, because we're going to need some, of course. Those are going to go hand in hand with, just in case we have to destroy our enemies with close air support, or the cities, I guess, to that's a safeguard for us. I'm going to deploy some of these bombers. The other ones too. There's another bomber that I found too. Alright, so we got a good amount of that. I'm gonna have to move this one over here. Yeah, because I put too many right there. We're gonna have to make some more aircraft or find some new ones. Let's see. That's a carrier, or this is a multi-role fighter. Oh, Scud could be a nuke too? Let's produce some mid fighters. Let's see. Everybody's got one factory though. I'll just reduce that. Let's see. Is there another one that we can look or have? So we have the Jet Tactical Bomber. And wow, the R-12 Divina. I don't see it. Yeah, that's interesting. It's saying 250 in reserves, but it's maybe it's for carrier-based planes. Anyways, let me see if I can find another one that could be used for like air superiority or close air support. Go ahead and delete that. Let's see if we can find one. Oh, here we go. MiG. gonna need fighters. We're definitely gonna need fighters and plenty of them. Let's see. Low on manpower. I know the Soviet Union did face manpower shortages during post-World War II because of the amount of casualties inflicted during World War II, or what they know it as the Great Patriotic War. But I guess that makes sense that I'm facing these kind of problems, manpower issues. But that's okay. We'll work with what we got. I could add maybe one other air wing, and I need to add some to the Eastern Front too, so that we're prepared for either theater of war or theater of operations. Definitely like a lot of fighters, but I'm just gonna add some more of these. That way we have them as a backup, and now we can go over here. I see we're hurting on fuel. Are there any airfields though? Yes, there are. Alright. I feel like, why does this keep going back to 500? But, alright. I'm not complaining. At least we got plenty in stock. And then add a couple bombers in the mix and should be good for now. Alright, so I've already set up at least the air power or the Air Force. Gotten some people from that.
Готов? До приказа.
Let's add a new theater. A lot of these are tanks, but he's a cavalry leader, aggressive assaulter. Sure. There we go. I don't see him anymore, but let's see. I guess we'll have to go with him for now until we get the other guy back, but whatever. Okay. Taking care of the Ukrainian insurgent armies. Man, this is crazy stuff. Okay, we'll increase some funding for them. We have plenty of money. Target drafting list, definitely. Yep. All right, WMDs. You can select Napalm. We'll select all the nasty stuff, I guess. Let's send some tanks. You can send some guns there. AT equipment, and Yeah, that'll be good. What other decisions are available? There's chronic labor shortages. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna speed things up a little bit. Let's see, what else can we build? I feel like I need to build some more infrastructure stuff. I feel like I'm missing something that I should be building. Maybe better railroads. Let's see. I'm gonna make some nuclear manufacturing plants. I'm just making these regions where they're away from everything else. Let's see, what about railroads? I need to improve infrastructure because apparently I'm having supply problems. Apparently infrastructure is key for your supplies, so I need to check to make sure, you know, we're good on everywhere else. Let's see. We're definitely gonna need it here. Apparently, it looks like it's been underdeveloped. Need to build some more to connect. You know, because Soviet Russia is pretty big. You know, dealing with like two continents, Europe and Asia. So we need to elaborate and build more infrastructure up so we get going. That's pretty much good enough for now. Let's see. Let's speed things up a little bit faster. It says we're missing equipment production. Oh, we got one thing finished. Yeah, light deck finished. Okay. So at least we got some research things finished. Let's see, what can we go for next? Let's pause this. Do an artillery upgrade. That'll help us with breakthrough defense. We're almost done, not too far from LMG and anti-air. But anyways, so that's going well. Let's see. We need to select a national focus. I can reactivate the CCP or CPSU apparatus. Let's see, let's click, let's find out what this is about. to reactivate it. Let's go ahead and reactivate. Go from there. And yeah, we're a nuclear arms stockpile. We're spending $136 billion in terms of the budget. Alright, that makes sense. Alright, so we reactivate the CPU apparatus status. Let's see. We'll seek approval from the Central Committee, and then I guess we'll deal with Beria next. And we're gonna look at our Navy. Let's see, what's this battle group all about? Let's see, comprised of destroyers, cruisers, battleships. We only have like, seems like we have a good amount of ships in the Black Seas. We have a Black Sea fleet, and then of course we have cruiser in the part of the Baltic Sea fleet. And let's appoint some of these guys. Let's see, for I guess the Baltic Sea fleet we'll appoint him, and then for the Black Sea fleet we'll appoint I guess him. We don't have many admirals, it doesn't seem, it seems like. We got our Pacific fleet. Alright, so we have that. We also have to deal with the Ukrainian resistance, so...
Готов? Внимание!
These are 10 divisions that weren't built yet.
Слушаю.
Or, I guess we gotta form another army. Let's see.
Почему это всегда мне достается?
Let's just send them there.
Слушаю. Готов выдвигаться. Так точно.
I guess we could establish some anti-air defenses too. That would make sense. Let's just put some here. In this area. Alright, so we did that. I wish there would be like more stuff coming from, like, I guess maybe because I've been used to Yojo's thinking where they'll, each time you access a focus tree, they give you some kind of like news event. But I understand, they put a lot of great work into this. I do like this mod. So let's go with Beria. Deal with him. Alright, that was quick. So it says the arrest and execution of Beria, head of the NKVD. Beria once seemed to be in the position to take the reins of the Soviet Union following the death of Stalin. However, his scheme would fall short as his rivals were one step ahead. During a meeting with his close advisors, military forces would circumvent the NKVD and arrest Beria and his collaborators. Quickly after a makeshift trial, absent of a defense council, would find Beria guilty of treason, treasonous actions in coordination with London, and terrorism against the state. Beria and 6 of his cohorts were quickly put into a firing squad with their remains burned. With one of the darkest figures of the Stalin era put to rest, what awaits the future of the Soviet Union remains undecided, as many figures still hold great sway over the Politburo. Good riddance. And we got a couple of research items done. So we could do more research. That's diplomacy. Alright, let's see. What else can we research? Or what are we currently researching? Artillery upgrade. We still have a doctrine to go through. Let's look at air doctrine. Now this is really different. So you have three different types. You have aeronautical versatility, systemic strategic initiative, and tactical integrity. Let's see. The aeronautical versatility deals with whether our ground forces need guardian angels or hellfire storm upon our enemies. They can be sure that our air force will be out there through the storm, night, or pilots capable of carrying their mission. And nature itself should be our ally. Systemic strategic initiative is warfare is not simply the might of one nation clashing with one another. An army is not just a collection of weapons. The military is a system that can be disrupted through the jam. We will jam their gears of our enemy war machine through our network superiority. Tactical integrity is strategic initiative. Grand schemes fail if you don't have the integrity roster to carry them out. Our specialized units, each by their own regard, will need to operate at their peak capability. An army is as strong as its weakest link. So let's see. There's mass jets formation. Frontline aviation. Defensive primacy, offensive primacy. Second line. Let's see. What's the highest? High intensity ops. Air land combined. Okay. Well, let's go with tactical integrity. I feel like that fits the Soviet style of doctrine because, again, you're dealing with, like something like mass jets formation would fit them because they've always had a massive military, so I feel like that's gonna fit more of our style. We're trying to build up a larger air force, again, to support the ground forces. I noticed they had ground saturation, which probably we might go for or something like that. There's also, I noticed there's air land combined arms, which is what the US took that approach, but yeah, of course that's much later down the road, but that's going to be interesting to go for. So yeah, let's see. We select a national focus. I'm going to select one more. Revitalize party activity. Is there any decisions that we have available? Yeah, successful bombardment of the insurgents' army camp.
Здесь вражеские вертолеты не пролетали?
Выходим!
Yeah, we're just gonna have to move our forces there and around.
Слушаю!
We're just gonna pivot
Выходим!
some of them around here
Выходим!
to each of the cities. That way, you keep a lid on things in Ukraine. I have one more research slot to go for. Synchronized energy grid. Sure, we probably should go for that. Update our infrastructure. I'm waiting for my manpower to get a little bit bigger so we can recruit folks. Because we're gonna need a little bit more people in the Air Force for sure. Right now we're around 4.2 thousand, which is pretty good. Alright, so we're like 5 months in, and Yeah, this is a very in-depth mod, I have to say. Dealing with that.
Внимание!
It seems like I forgot one division out here. I'm just gonna send this one all the way to
Внимание!
Moscow.
Так точно!
Alright. So, I just want to say I'm going to end the video right here. We got most of our army set up for the most part, and some research focuses done, and of course part of the focus tree, eliminating barrier and all that stuff. But anyways, if you enjoy this, subscribe, like, comment, provide feedback. Again, I appreciate you taking time to watch this, and have a great day, and see you in the next video.